Good evening. How are you? I hope you are well. I'd like to thank you for watching my video. Not that you've watched it yet, but I'm hoping you'll look on the next few moments. I'll keep it short and sweet, maybe just a few minutes. Basically, my name is Huey, and I've decided to make this video completely off the cuff, not rehearsed or anything, just to tell you about my experience with drinking alcohol, that is. Water is fine, I've no issues with that. I'm Irish, 32 years of age, and being Irish I think has a lot to do with the fact that I developed a drink problem. Lately I had noticed that I'd started to develop a fondness of wine, and any time I'd be having a nice meal I'd knock back a bottle of wine easily. Then I'd have a couple of beers, whatever. So recently I started to just add up what I was drinking and what I was going through in a week, and I basically was staggered by the amount. I wasn't lying around in gutters or missing days from work and going on binges where I'd disappear for days on end, but I was consistently going through a lot of alcohol and consuming a lot of units of alcohol. They say if you drink 37 units of alcohol each week, you're an alcoholic, and I calculated that I was drinking between 90 and 120, so I pretty much blew off the top of the scale with that one. I'm probably an unusual alcoholic in that I'm quite physically fit, active, I'd say quite muscular. I do a lot of gym work and I have a good body, good physique. I look like a rugby player, which doesn't normally associate. It was like as if I just woke up and smelled the coffee, or smelled the alcohol in this case. Spending most of my weekends drunk. Friday evening I just couldn't wait to go drinking after work. I'd consume like 6 half litres of beer in the first hour and a half, you know, and I'd be drunk at that stage within 2 hours. I'd be, well, not drunk, not falling all over the place, but just nicely, what I would describe as glowing. Saturday mornings then would be a mess. Often on Saturday mornings I'd wake up and just go on the internet, start listening to music like what a normal person would do, day off work, whatever, so just doing nothing really. But I started to just, you know, if I had a beer in the fridge, I might open it, you know, and this is at 12 o'clock in the morning or noon time, and I'd sit down, and then sometimes I'd have another beer, and if I decided to have a third beer, then I was caught. Might get a load of cans of beer and watch DVDs all night, and that could be my Saturday. Which is awful really, because during the week I was spending a lot of days where I wasn't drinking. I was in control maybe 3 to 4 days a week, and I hadn't had that previously, so I was feeling good about myself. But boy, when I was drinking, I was drinking and I was consuming a hell of a lot of alcohol. So I decided to quit, and that's 4 months ago. At the age of 32, I'd consider myself lucky that I've quit. I don't want to go back drinking. If I ever do slip and have a drink, I think I'm going to be strong enough to quit again. I think this is it for me from now on in. I consider myself a non-drinker. The AA saying is, once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. I don't fully agree with that. I think alcohol is similar to smoking. I don't actually personally think it's a disease. I think it's just an addiction. It's like being addicted to cigarettes or a drug, be it marijuana, whatever. It's an addiction that you can get over through willpower and other means. I don't think you have a disease if you're fond of drink. It's not, definitely not a disease. Disease is when you're dying on a bed with pains and your ass is falling off. That's a disease. Alcoholism is not a disease as far as I'm concerned.
So my final word of advice is, stop drinking, or else you will quadruple and quadruple and quadruple and quadruple and quadruple and quadruple